All right, it's time for another romp through some games we're playing on old consoles in 2022. We've done a few of these videos covering the Xbox, the GameCube, the PS2. Today it is time for the Sega Dreamcast. First console I ever bought with my own money, released on 9/9/99.
Let's talk about 10 games we are playing on the Sega Dreamcast in 2022. Guys, this mini-series is so much fun.
See if we can get this thing pulled off.
Guys, this first game is so good, and we first popped this in the first time we ever played it like it's a joke. We were just testing the game out, but then we fell in love, and that's Tennis 2K2.
Virtua Tennis 2, I believe, in other markets, but in the United States, we got Tennis 2K2 with the Williams sisters on the front. This game is so damn fun, and it's really frustrating too.
When you go to freaking Tokyo and you're playing on the roof, man, it's the finals, and it is really freaking tough, but every time I play, I gotta play as my boy Magnus Norman. He is so good, but I always get frustrated with him because he misses sometimes, and he's better than that.
I love it so much. One of my favorite Dreamcast games of all time. If there was a complaint, I would say that it actually does hurt my elbow because I get so aggressive when I play it. I just push the button so hard, but I love it. Awesome game.
This next game is so ridiculous. Every time I play it, I laugh.
3D beat 'em ups are always kind of goofy, but this game is goofy. It's cheesy, it's campy, but it's badass. Dynamite freaking Cop.
This game is hilarious. The items are so funny. Destructible environments, kind of. You can pick up like vending machines, and it's just absolute chaos. There's all these awesome cutscenes. There's like these scenes where you have to like hit like jump or kick, and you can succeed, and like it's just ridiculous.
I remember buying this game at a local game store with Robert one day. We were just in there and we'd like, yeah, we got to pick this up, and we've loved it ever since.
Two of my favorite things in this game is, the first one, the main boss is Hulk Hogan. I mean, not really, but it looks like him, and every time I play it, I call him Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Hurry up with that bomb! And where is that girl? Find her and bring her to me.
After you like beat levels, you have to fight each other. It's really weird to, I think, win this girl or something. I don't know. The voice acting's horrible. The weapons you can use are absolutely ridiculous. You can literally get like a nuclear missile launcher and it blows everybody off the screen, but they don't die. Typically, it takes more than one hit with it.
And the second thing in this game, when you take damage, you lose articles of clothes. Like, what? So when you have like no health left, your guy is almost naked. Why do they add that? I don't know, but it's so funny.
It's just a good time, the cutscenes where they run. All stupid. It's just a joy to play. A lot of fun to be had with Dynamite Cop. It's one we continuously go back to. Love the game.
This next game is new to me in 2022, and that's Soldier of Fortune.
Any first-person shooter fans out there? Not a lot of people talk about first-person shooters on the Dreamcast, and this one in particular, I never hear anybody talk about. I believe it's a port from the PC game. But Soldier of Fortune. This game stands out to me because I remember the first time I played it was the first first-person shooter I had ever played where you could blow somebody's head off, limbs off.
This game, at first, when I put it in, I was like, this is really hard to control. The controls are very unique. You use the buttons to control your guy and this to aim your gun. But after like the first two missions, you get it down and then you don't have to think about it anymore. And this game is badass. You're freaking running around, boom, boom, shotgun.
I've always loved this game. The load times kind of suck, but this game's so underrated. If there was a hidden gem for first-person shooter fans on the Dreamcast, Soldier of Fortune is it. It's just an amazing game, and you know, when we put it in for screen cap for this, I was like, that's why I keep coming back to this thing.
House of the Dead 2. You guys know, if you've been around for a while, we are House of the Dead mega fans, and House of the Dead 2 is such an awesome game, and on the Dreamcast, it's a near perfect arcade port.
Finding good light guns on the Dreamcast, like the actual peripheral, does take a little bit of work, but if you get it dialed in on this, it's as good as playing it in the arcade, in my opinion. I love it. Awesome game, shitty voice acting, everything you want in a light gun game. Check, check, and check.
I just love this game just in general. In the arcade, on the Dreamcast, it's so much fun. I love the cheesiness, the ridiculousness about the game.
I can't get enough of House of the Dead 2.
Speaking of House of the Dead, there's a spin-off game on the Dreamcast called Zombie Revenge. If you thought House of the Dead was cheesy and over the top and ridiculous, this takes that to the next level, if not times 10. This game is so bad, but in a good way. Like, so cheesy, so ridiculous.
Beat 'em up, but you can have guns too. It's just over the top. It's out of control. The voice acting is absolute dog shit, which makes the game a beaut, Clark.
Bullets, machine gun, shotgun. Dude, every time you pick up items, it says stuff. It's so funny. The characters are ridiculous. This game is kind of tough because you run out of ammo really quickly, and then there's beat 'em up elements.
If you haven't played Zombie Revenge, you are messing up. It is a joy to play, especially co-op. There's just so many cheesy things. You'll be laughing your ass off while playing this game, and on top of that, it's really good and it's really fun. And love me some Zombie Revenge, and being in the House of the Dead universe, it just gives a little extra cherry on top.
Zombie Revenge is a must-play on the Sega Dreamcast.
Everybody's played Crazy Taxi. I don't know though why. Well, I do know why. It's called the Crazy Hop, that I like Crazy Taxi 2 more than Crazy Taxi. The Crazy Hop, I think that's what it's called, is really cool, and I love the soundtrack in this. There's a lot of Offspring, maybe only Offspring, but the song No Brakes is in this game, and every time I play it, I just freaking drive like I don't have any brakes. That's what you do in Crazy Taxi.
This game is a lot of fun. I love how you can just get in and get out super quick, do a couple missions.
It's maybe kind of a cop-out to put it on the list. It's not a hidden gem or anything. It's kind of like, oh, here we go. They're talking about Crazy Taxi. But Crazy Taxi 2 is the one. Love the game. I've loved it ever since back when I had my Dreamcast. I still love it today.
Who doesn't love the Crazy Taxi games? And Crazy Taxi 2 is so much fun. We fire this guy up all the time.
Shooters, spaceship shooters, shmups, whatever you want to call them. There is a plethora of good ones on the Sega Dreamcast. The one we're going to pick is hard as hell, but it's gorgeous. It's called Giga Wing. Ever heard of it? There are a few other ways to play Giga Wing, of course, but the Dreamcast one's the one we have, and we love the game.
It's so damn tough, but I keep going back to it because it's so beautiful and it plays so good. Learn the patterns, live the patterns. That's what you get to do with shmups. So the longer you play this game, the further you can get. Giga Wing is amazing.
Gorgeous, bullet hell, gonna chew you up and spit you out. If you're good at Giga Wing, you are a badass. This game is not messing around. But it's just amazing, and the shooter library, I mean, Chaos Field, there's so many good ones on the Dreamcast, but this one is the cream of the crop, in our opinion.
Going back to another light gun game, Confidential Mission. This game is also cheesy, ridiculous, you're a spy. I love the main bad guy in this game. This game is just funny.
I love the quick shooting element. You have it like a pistol, and you can get other guns, but the idea is like you just got to kind of kill things in a row very quick, like pow, 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 and that's how you're going to survive this game. There are times where it's like, I don't know how I could have done that any better or pulled it off, but it's just really fun, and it's very satisfying when you get through what I would call those chain kills like that, and you just hit every single one of them dead nuts on.
When you can pop people with one shot and just go down the line, you feel like you are a spy, dude. This game is so much fun.
Again, it's cheesy. The voice acting's horrible, but that's the making of a good light gun game. And I love Confidential Mission on our Sega Dreamcast.
Expendable. This game, when we were getting Stream Cap, I could have played for the entire night. Once I started playing this game, I did not want to stop. This game is so good. It's so beautiful, like visually, all the effects, the sound effects. There are some flaws. There are some frustrating things, but this game is so good that you look past all that stuff.
It's like a twin-stick shooter, except for there's not twin sticks on the Dreamcast, and it does have its flaws, but I think it's a gorgeous game. I love that you can lock your position and just kind of strafe. It really, really helps in this game, and there's awesome power-ups. The boss fights are fun as hell. The game's really not all that hard. There's a couple dumb things with layering issues in the game. You know, if somebody's up there and you're down here, it's really hard to hit them and stuff. But all that stuff aside, it's not a perfect game by any means, but I love the game. And I think if you're into twin-stick shooters and that type of stuff, I think you would find yourself right at home with Expendable.
I could not stop playing this, dude. Expendable. Highly, highly recommend.
Last game we're going to talk about is a little bit of an expensive game, but it's beautiful. It's another kind of wanting to be a twin-stick shooter, but there's not two sticks on the Dreamcast. But I think it's one of, if not the best Dreamcast game in my opinion, and that's Cannon Spike by Capcom.
This game is also beautiful. It has like an arcade feel. It's just a gorgeous game. What's cool about Cannon Spike though is it starts you off a little bit easy. You know, you're like, oh, I get this. I can climb through the ranks. Then you get around level 5, level 6, and then you're like, what? Then it gets hard. So it tricks you. This game will trick you.
There's so many cool things about this game. You can be Mega Man. I mean, that's really awesome. And the characters in it in their own right are good, but I've always thought Mega Man's special in this game is OP. Turns into like a blue ball, and it can kick some ass. There's a lot of games on the Dreamcast that give me this feeling, but this one in particular, I've never really played something like it. There are elements in boss fights that you feel like you're playing a spaceship shooter, but you're not. And there's bullet hell elements, and there's some really fun levels where you're kind of like snowboarding in a way down this canal, and the boss fight changes the frame of reference. Like you're behind it, and you got to be in front of it and on the side. And there's just a lot of cool elements in this game. It can chew you up and spit you out, though. It's not an easy game, but Cannon Spike is hammer. If you've never played it on the Dreamcast, you might want to fire that one up. Did we do it? 10 minutes? I think 10 minutes is up. But there's a few honorable mentions. Again, this is not a top 10. I think we've said that in every one of these. These are just the games we're really into right now. If we were to go in and say, boop, gonna pop that in the Dreamcast. Not our top 10, but there are some games that were really close to making this list. Power Stone 2.
This game is so much fun, and I'm not even a big fighting game fan, but I would kind of lump this in with like, you know, Smash Bros. Or like Kung Fu Chaos, like that type of fighting. It's not like super fighty. Power Stone 2, everyone probably knows about this game.
We're not fighting game fans, but it's hard to not love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mean, what a badass game. Gorgeous, awesome characters. One of the best fighting games I've ever played, and I am not even a fighting game fan. So we wanted to bring that one up.
Now, their sports games on the Dreamcast are so much fun. The arcade sports games, NFL Blitz, NBA Showtime. I know they're cross-platforms. I know they're available on everything else, but they're still so much fun to put in. And when you go around and play all these games on different consoles, you have to relearn how to play, so it kind of feels like a new game. So that's a life hack for you.
The 2K sports games, yeah, they're a little dated to go back to, but they were groundbreaking at the time. I think if you were around back then in 99 or early 2000 and you walked in and seen NBA 2K on like a kiosk, it was like a situation. The games look so good, and they still are really, really fun. I played our buddy Godfrey in NFL 2K2 not that long ago on the Dreamcast, and we had a great time playing it.
We talked about one of the games in the series in the last episode on the Xbox, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, but Gauntlet Legends on the Dreamcast is equally so much fun. I just love the Gauntlet series. It is just so much fun to get 1 to 4 people together, pick your character, go around. I love the announcer, that booming, bassy voice. Guys, the Gauntlet games, we could talk about them forever. It would be fun to like do a whole dive into the series. That'd be really fun, but Gauntlet games are great.
Jet Grind Radio, we got to bring that one up. One of the best Dreamcast games. I don't know that it was going to make this list just because of the point in time we're at. I've played the hell out of it. I really am into Jet Set Radio Future, which we talked about in the Xbox game a little bit more, but it's still worth mentioning.
The Sega Smash Pack Volume 1. This is cool because it's like, you know, a collection of Sega games. Some games, you know, are kind of available on everything, but what's really cool about this pack is you can get Virtua Cop 2.
The light gun game, and that's the only way you can play that game on the Dreamcast, so it's really a really awesome collection to get. Definitely worthy of being an honorable mention. It almost made it into our 10 games, but anyways, do you love the Sega Dreamcast? We love the Sega Dreamcast. It gets shit on. Sega did so much in a year and a half or whatever it was with that console. It's amazing that it was only on the market that long. Maybe a video idea of what did it accomplish in its short time comparatively to these new consoles that are out now that everybody's like, oh, the PS5. Like, what is there to play on the PS5? I don't know. I digress, but what are you playing on your Sega Dreamcast? If you love it, leave it in the comments section below. Woot, woot, woot. $99.99. Sega Dreamcast, baby.
We're done with Gen 6. So much fun. We did GameCube, PS2, Xbox, Dreamcast. What should we do next? I don't know. There's a lot of consoles left. Maybe tell us in the comments below. What console do you want to see us do next? That'd be fun. That would be fun.
We're done.
We're done.